need some water. Water. I'm probably saying these things on stream. Yep. Yeah, I realized I was walking around without myself muted. Whatever. Hi, Joey. Ah. Someday I'll be semi, almost professional. Who knows? Ah. Howdy, howdy. Hey, how is everyone? Ah. It's been a day. A Thursday. Hi, Bandana. Welcome in. Thank you for the follow. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and you know I did it right because it didn't make a big sound. We are celebrating end of the work week for no particular reason. Mark just was wanting some champagne. He's outside doing something in the yard. I don't know. So I'll just pour him a glass and he can get it when he comes in. I was just going to have some rosé, but then he iced this bubbly. Shh, don't tell him I took a sip before he got in. So welcome. Today we are being a little bit lighter because I had too much cake last week. And so we are doing some fresh ceviche because I love it and it's delicious, and I haven't had it because we have not been to a restaurant that serves it in a year and a half. So, huzzah. Mark, there's Bubbles over here. Rugrats. What Rugrats? There's no Rugrats. No children allowed. I should really get the rest of the things out of the fridge. Really should have done that a while ago because my shrimp are not quite defrosted. They'll be fine. They'll defrost in the brining liquid. So, hi Mark, you're in the way. For those of you who might not know what ceviche is fish. It's a Mexican appetizer usually, but it is seafood that is cooked in acid, which sounds lovely and horrifying, right? But it is quite delicious. It's nice and fresh and zingy because you're cooking it in strong citrus fruit juices. And that actually means that the fish is fully cooked, even though we are not applying any heat to it. So no worries about food safety here. You don't have to be using sushi grade fish because it is fully cooked. Now I will not be using any battery acid, but unfortunately, I don't think we'd want to eat that. If I make some for you, Zach, I will exclusively cook the fish in battery acid just for you. So that fish is defrosted. I'm going to get the easy juice done and in here so I can mix in my sweetener, because I do put a little bit of honey in this. And that honey is going to have to get dissolved in. And I'm actually going to use my juicer here because I have to do a bunch of citrus, so I'm not going to do it by hand. And I am living up to my nice and easy cooking because this is just putting a bunch of stuff in a bowl and letting it sit. See, I think I don't go outside enough to subsist on photosynthesis. Mark is cooking our main dish tonight. We've got some marinated tri-tip that he is throwing on the grill. Yes, we're having ceviche with it. Kind of silly question is that. Although, maybe I should figure out some sort of vegetable to go with this. I don't know. So, for our ceviche, we are using a mix of citrus juices. And I'm doing one big grapefruit and then several lemons and limes. Because that's how I like to do it. But let's get this spoonful of honey in here. I'm running out of honey. I'm going to have to go to the market. And of course, this last little bit of honey is getting nice and crystallized, but it doesn't matter. So I'm stirring it in. Right, but bonus bandana, you get your workout done. You don't have to worry about it. Gonna grab a little whisk just to get this incorporated. And then, so there's two ways that we are getting this acid to cook our fish completely. We are making lots of surface area by chopping the fish into little bite-sized pieces. And time. We need 20 to 30 minutes or so for the fish to get fully cooked. I should have just had this on the counter. I'm going to just run some cold water over my shrimp to help them defrost a little bit. And work on my other fish. And you can use whatever bits of fish you have laying around. We have a couple of packs of halibut, which is not what I usually use, but we bought a bunch at Costco a ways back, and this is the last 2 bits of it. But whatever fish you have lying around, do use white fish, not a red fish. Couldn't tell you why. I think it just is better. But I'm going to do a mix of shrimp and halibut. I've done it with like cod or sea bass or all sorts of fish. I've also done it with scallops. Scallops work really well in this. And you can also get those frozen in big bags at Costco. Redfish, like, don't use salmon or trout or something like that. Or snapper. Just lovely whitefish. And I'm just cutting these into little cubes, small chunks, and those will just drop right in to our mixture. Also, hi Jason, how are you doing? How is work? How's everything? Do you have a 980 tomorrow? No worries, Zach. Now, this, of course, would be easier with a sharp knife. I might have to sharpen a knife and switch out at some point because this just does not cut quite all the way through without working at it. And it's tearing my fish a little bit. Actually, if you chop up your fish while it's still frozen, that actually works really well. It's easy. I'm not doing that with the shrimp because even though they are deveined already, I don't tend to trust that, and I want to go through and make sure we don't have any filled up shrimp intestines in our finished product because that is not tasty. That's why you don't get ceviche at certain places. I believe we went to a restaurant once and Mark got some ceviche and they had not properly cleaned the shrimp and it was no good. We sent that back. It was full of things we did not want to eat. Ooh, this fish is just falling apart. It is plenty strong. My goodness, Mark. He's over here just staring and judging. Water is in demand. Oh. AM/PM makes... do they? What? Do they make it or do they sell it? I don't think I would want it either way. I don't think I've been inside an AM/PM in I don't know how long. Like, I don't get gas there anymore because you can't use a credit card. And you get like massive bonus points on my credit card. I get my bonus points for using for buying gas, so I don't go to AM/PM Arco. Also, because by the time you use your card for charging the gas, it ends up being a few cents more expensive per gallon, and then it's not any cheaper anyway, so why bother? Hi, Robo. No, we were just talking about dubious places to get ceviche. So you can see that these shrimp are nicely split down the back, and there is no vein in there that has, if it wasn't deveined, you would see just like a little strip down there that was brown. That is the shrimp intestine, and it is full of shrimp poop, pretty much, and you don't want to eat that. There's also a vein on the other side that they usually don't pull out, which isn't full of poop, but it's just veiny, and I like to pull that one out too. So. And then I'm just going to slice these through and chop them into chunks as well. And that is the whole show today. We are just chopping and squeezing and slicing and dropping into a bowl. Nice and easy. Thank you for the lurk, Salty Stoat. Nice to see you. Oh yeah, thank you, Robo. I was gonna ask if you could do a shout out. I didn't know Salty streams on his own, but that's awesome. You can also feel free to shout out Featherfall, where Salty and Robo play streaming. They stream D&D on various days. Cool. I will have to check out her stream. Thank you. That is good to know. Um, yeah, the Featherfall folks are all good folks. I've been getting to know them slowly over the past several weeks. I can't watch the stream that Robo is in because I am also playing that module and they are ahead of me, so spoilers. But I like to drop in and harass Robo. Right? No, no spoilers. I try to avoid them. I should really just go through and get all these veins out, do an assembly line. Get all the veins, and then start chopping, because that'll be nicer to my life. How was your day today, Robo? Hope you got all the work done so that you can have a nice, easy Friday. We have a very loud refrigerator behind us. That's all right. Who has fun weekend plans? Anyone? We are going to take a little family road trip with my mom just to go out to some botanical gardens in the area. Nice and open air and safe for everyone because it is my mom's birthday this weekend. Unfortunately, all the wineries are still closed, so we can't stop in anywhere. So we'll have to figure out some way to get her a nice bottle and then come back, and I have another half a bag of these shrimp, and she has requested some shrimp fettuccine for dinner. So that's what I'll be cooking on Sunday. Yeah, I've never been to the botanical gardens up in Sonoma before. Like I didn't know they were there, and I was talking to my sister, and also haven't seen my sister or her kids in over a year. It's no good. Those kids are probably grown a foot each. But we are excited to be able to see each other again. We are vaccinated. And we've been safe, and it is very exciting. I hope everyone is having luck with that and has been able to be safe and see their families and get vaccinated and all of that. There we go. All that is good and done, and I can go back to slicing through. And of course I didn't get my knife, a different knife, but at this point we're just going to call it good. I'll probably switch when I get into the other ingredients, because I'm going to have to switch out the cutting board anyway. This is the fish and meat cutting board, because it can go, or this is the raw cutting board, because this one can go in the dishwasher, get nice and hot and sterile. Don't want to do raw things on my wooden cutting board. Save time and just go to the Sac State Arboretum. So the Arboretum, or the botanical gardens in Sonoma, are actually um, they are mostly Asian plants, and so we're also somewhat celebrating Asian heritage. My sister is half Chinese, so it is nice to be able to go out and explore things from that side of the family. And we'll show some support to an Asian business, which is always nice, especially in these times. Plus, it'll just be nice to get a little bit out of the house, seeing as we have not done a whole lot of that in a long time. Getting a little stir crazy. And besides, Jason, why would I go to the Sac State Arboretum when I could go to the Davis Arboretum? I actually didn't know Sac State had an arboretum. I haven't really been on that campus much. Think I need help keeping humble? I am the best at being humble. There we go. That is all our fish done and into our marination liquid. Gonna walk around the back to drop my trash, because the trash can is behind the computer. I really need to get Mark to type things in the stream, because if he says things out loud and I respond to him, it doesn't work so well for continuity. Okay. Get the hands clean, get all the raw fish off of there. Clean off the counter a little bit, just in case I was flinging some fish goo anywhere. Then we can get back to the rest of our citrus. I am going to give that a bit of a stir so we can get the acid in there working on all of that shrimp, because I just dumped a bunch in. And now let's get a few other flavors going in there. Tri-tip to 135, 130? Sure. I mean, isn't that every streamer everywhere? We just talk to the void. Okay, so I've got. I need to get a garbage bowl or something because I have no places for anything. Of course, I pulled out the smallest bowl I own. That's not going to work at all. Maybe I need to turn on some background audio because that's why my headphones keep turning off. Okay, garbage bowl. Just gonna. I learned the hard way, of course, to do the pineapple before you do your onion because I was at my sister-in-law's house several years ago and I made some ceviche and I tried to offer one of her kids some pineapple to eat, but I had cut the onion first and of course the pineapple all tasted like onion, which was no good for anyone. Had to throw out all the pineapple I didn't use. So, learning from our mistakes, learning from my mistakes, make sure you cut your pineapple first. And of course, I switched cutting boards, so I'm not worried about any fishy flavors on this. I want to add pineapple to my fish, not the other way around. Should really get some more acid in there. Of course, there's plenty of acid in the pineapple. It's just not juicy enough to cook the fish, but it's going to give us some little sweet and bright notes. Tie everything together. And since we're making pretty much like a fresh salsa kind of deal, I want everything to be about the same size and everything the size to be scooped up by a chip, because that's what we're eating these with. And I've got some sweet potato chips for this. And I'm going to, but you can use whatever kind of chips you like. You can use tortilla chips. You can use corn chips. I think we had at one place actually that served it with plantains, and that was really good. Yeah, it's not the ripest pineapple, but we are making do. I was trying to think of other fruits that I could use to throw in here, but I was not coming up with anything that sounded good, so I'm going to use a less than fully ripe pineapple rather than try to come up with something else that wouldn't fit. Did I hear? I heard a. Oh, thank you for the follow, Sir Lefty. Welcome into the channel. I am Warren or Quake, as the bio says. Thursday is time in the kitchen. Today we are making some ceviche. I've already got a bunch of grapefruit juice in here and some cubed up halibut and shrimp, and I'm putting some pineapple in. It tastes alright. It's not the best pineapple, but it's not bad. It's probably a little bit. Yeah, not bad. Oh, my husband said that. He doesn't even know. He hasn't even been over here. I didn't look clearly, and I thought Robo was saying that. Oh, you didn't say anything. I was reading the channel, and I thought you had said that about the pineapple. That I think is plenty. I'm going to get the rest of my citrus going now. And actually, maybe I will do my nice bright red spicy chili just so I can have the rest of the citrus getting on my hands to help get that chili juice off. And this I am going to want to dice pretty finely because we don't want big pieces of chili. We want that to just marinate nicely in with everything else. Mark is very loudly talking over there about Dead by Daylight. Or maybe the other one, maybe the new one. Oh yeah, I saw what you said earlier, Robo. I'm just rolling my citrus to make the juice, to coax the juice out. I am sacrificing all of my limes, my vodka tonic limes, to this ceviche. I have to find something else to drink. The other reason I'm using the juicer is because I don't have any straining or anything going on. So I want to make sure I'm not getting seeds in here. Oh my goodness, this knife is even less sharp than the other one. Mark is asking for a thermometer, but my hands are busy. He apparently the other thermometer has broken, apparently. And of course, I had to get a garbage bowl for this because these are all a little bit too hardy of materials for me to want to put him out to compost. Compost is mainly for like potato and carrot peels and coffee grounds. These would take forever to break down. But I actually was very excited. I've been putting stuff in that compost pile for a couple of years now, and I used it for the first time to plant a couple of things in one of the garden boxes. So that was exciting. I actually made some pretty nice soil. I was inspired by another streamer who's just up the road in the Bay Area, and he has a stream that he does on Sundays out in the garden, which is nice and relaxing. Okay. We're almost halfway through this. My hands are only mostly tired already. This is not a motion I'm used to making. It's fun. Mark's dad has to squeeze a bunch of limes for his mom every year. They just buy a giant bag of limes and juice them and freeze a bunch of the juice and make fresh limeade all the time. So I really need to call in a ringer to do my citrus ringing. A ringer for my citrus. How's that? That was the first non-planned kitchen pun there. Did everyone like that? That was for you, Joey. See, it doesn't look like it's much when it's coming out, but those 4 limes really got me. Pretty nice amount of juice over here. Okay, these lemons are much easier. Much easier going. Although I've got a bunch of pulp here that I need to get rid of. I can never do any work to actually script these things out, so any sort of wordplay is going to be off the cuff, which means it's going to be rare also. Yeah, these lemons are giving it up way easier. Those limes were just being salty. Should get some tequila. Almost there, and then comes the exciting part, letting it sit for half an hour before you can eat it. I should probably also season it. It's probably a good idea. They are just very body positive lemons. They are allowed to do what they like with their insides. There. Glad we did not work out arms today. But I am probably going to need another rinse off after this. It's warm. RoboMod is best mod. And of course, now that my hands are nice and tired, we can chop up an onion. Ooh. Inside of this onion is a little gooey. That's alright. Let's peel that part out. So we got maybe half an onion, which I think is all I wanted anyway. Oof. Working hard today. Oh, he's not just talking about Dead by Daylight, he's actually playing it over there. So much for getting Mark in the chat room. He says his one line and then he's gone. He's got important blood points to earn. Oh, that's what's happening tomorrow. Tomorrow is the drag race finale. Are you caught up on Drag Race, Jason? What? After 5 and Mark's taking a work call. That's silly. Haven't watched it at all. It's had its ups and downs. And 3 of the 4 finalists actually deserve to be there. Just chatting about Drag Race and 2 other people's streams yesterday, and so of course I have the song from the UK one stuck in my head. Let's run through my list. I think I got everything in there. Everything but some salt. Salt and pepper. You know what? No pepper. I don't think this needs pepper. Does need salt, though. Few good pinches. Balance out the acid. And of course, that is one inconvenient thing, is that I cannot taste this yet to see what the balance of flavors is like. So I will have to wait until everything is fully cooked through. And you'll be able to tell, because the fish does get, it becomes opaque. If you are familiar with fish, it is slightly translucent as it's raw, and then once it's cooked through, once the acid has done its work, it will become a more solid white color. So that is all stirred up and seasoned and everything in. And that's just going to go sit for a while until it's ready. Boop. And I'm going to try not to trip over my stool. Not only do I need a stool for the high shelves because I'm short, I also trip over it, so it's a tripping hazard. Convenient. Yes, Bing Bang Bong. That is. I was watching a German streamer who actually lives in Ireland, but he is very familiar with the UK Queens, and he was singing that song. But I actually really like the song from this season. They did a good job with it. It was a fun song too, and most of the verses were good. I actually think that one of the frontrunners that people think is going to win didn't have the strongest verse, but I mean, none of them were bad. So that's something already. But that's really it for today. Short one. Last week went really long, so I don't feel guilt or anything. Any questions? Any comments? I do have a point reward. If people are generating lots of fault lines, they can redeem those to tell me what to cook the next week. So I am always open to that. If you'd like, please put Yeah, he wouldn't notice, but then he'd be bad at me, and I don't need that. I don't have a points redemption for that. Sorry, Robo. So since we are done early, let's go find someone to raid. We raided Gil last week. Oh, you know what? We can raid Matt. That'll be fun. He's doing a Nuzlocke run of Pokemon Heart Gold. We got Taylor on Sunday, so we'll go say hi to Matt. So thanks for coming. I will post completed pictures on Instagram. We'll be serving with some sweet potato chips. And is this working? Yay, I have it on the right one. Cool. And I need to find like a raid emote. I was thinking something along the lines of like an earthquake warning or something to that effect. But yeah, thank you for coming, and I will see you maybe not Sunday this week, just because it is my mom's birthday. So if depends on if she wants to play a game with us or not. She often does, so we might see you Sunday. If not, I will see you next week. Have a wonderful weekend, everyone, and let's go give Matt some love. And the countdown. I really need to finish typing the raid before I wrap up. And there it is. Thanks. See you guys next time.
You're having a good day. Oh, who's that? Who's that?
Jeff, thank
Probably
you
to
so
my
much.
disadvantage.
Robo
but I
Ray
don't
Gun.
use it.
Oh my gosh, so many things. Hold on. Robo Ray Gun with the
Probably
follow
not, but
and
I